Can a vintage product manufactured since 1913 find astronomical success in a world driven by TikTok trends? Turns out, yes, it can. Stanley, best known for heritage thermoses and heavy-duty bottles geared toward outdoor adventurers, practically broke the internet when a new iteration of their classic water bottle went viral. This newly minted social media darling is called the Quencher. In just 5 short years, it catapulted Stanley from steady $70 million in annual revenue to $750 million in 2023. So how exactly did Stanley pull off this miracle product pivot? Let's dive deeper into the method behind the magic. If you check out Stanley's Instagram page, you'll be greeted with a vibrant array of drinkware in every color imaginable, from soft pastels to bold and lively hues. Some even come adorned with etched patterns to enhance their visual appeal. The brand's website showcases images of women enjoying their coffee, someone practicing yoga, and 2 friends casually strolling and chatting, all while holding their cherished Stanley drinkware. It's quite a shift for a brand that, for the longest time, targeted a demographic heavily involved in rugged outdoor activities. William Stanley, the inventor behind the steel vacuum-sealed bottle in 1913, originally aimed at workmen and outdoor enthusiasts like campers and hikers. As recent as 2012, the company proudly highlighted resonance with a 30-year-old career veteran policeman and a retired Army soldier. So how did this century-old company manage to pivot and capture the hearts of a diverse customer base? Well, it all took a group of savvy women who weren't even on Stanley's payroll to turn the Quencher into a sensation. Enter Lindley Hutchinson, Ashley LeSueur, and Taylor Cannon, the brains behind the Buy Guide, an online shopping blog and Instagram account that kicked off in 2017. These 3 women were early enthusiasts of the Stanley Quencher. In November 2017, the Buy Guide's Instagram post showcased a 40-ounce Stanley Quencher, proclaiming it as the ultimate choice among insulated cups. Of all the insulated cups, this is the one. Just trust, their post declared, highlighting features like the handle, straw, temperature retention, and the dishwasher-safe convenience. And just like that, with the passion and endorsement of these 3 women, the Stanley Quencher transformed from a well-kept secret to a must-have accessory for everyday life. Fast forward to 2019, and the Buy Guide decided to make a bold move and snagged 5,000 Quenchers for their site. Guess what happened? Bam! Within just 5 days, those cups were flying off the digital shelves, and Stanley wrapped up 2019 with a cool $70 million in revenue. Now, don't get me wrong, the Quencher was making waves, but the real rock star of Stanley's lineup was still the classic legendary bottle in hammertone green. It held the crown for the best-selling product that year, but little did anyone know change was brewing. Enter May 2020. And cue the drumroll for the marketing genius Terrence Riley, the man who was about to sprinkle some of his magic over Stanley. Fresh off his successful stint at Crocs, where he turned those once reviled clogs into high-fashion footwear, Terrence had a knack for making things cool. Over his 7-year tenure, including a 5-year stint as Chief Marketing Officer, those same shoes that once induced eye rolls became the epitome of high-fashion footwear. Crocs even strutted their stuff on the runways of London Fashion Week, and if that wasn't enough, they danced into the hearts of pop stars like Justin Bieber and Bad Bunny with limited edition designs. Terrence Riley, the man who turned plastic clogs into fashion royalty, was now stepping into the world of Stanley, bringing his Midas touch to another legacy. The story goes that Terrence Riley got a message from one of his own daughters, a 6th grade teacher who noticed something wild after the holiday break. Every teacher and half the kids were flaunting the same gift, a Stanley Quencher. The cup was quietly taking over classrooms, and that got Terrence's gears turning. You see, Terrence with his marketing wizardry identified a couple of hitches that were holding the Quencher back from its full potential. No one was pushing it to the stratosphere. And the color palette? Well, it was as exciting as watching paint dry. No offense to beige, but Gen Z needed something snazzier. Then, a blast from the past came into the picture, the Buy Guide. They and Stanley decided to tag team in an affiliated marketing deal that would breathe new life into the Quencher. New colors were in the mix, and some old-school Stanley fans had a bit of a meltdown. Pastel-colored cups? It felt like a betrayal to the brand's rugged identity. But guess what? The Buy Guide had their finger on the pulse of their audience. They knew that a working mom flaunting her pastel Quencher at the office was just as badass as someone lugging a water bottle on a rugged hike. Strength came in all colors. Come November 2020, the new cups hit the scene. And guess what? Gone in a flash. Sold out within 3 weeks. Stanley wasn't stopping there. They went full throttle, revamping their approach to lure in fresh faces without losing their roots. End of 2020, they dropped not one, but 2 new quencher colors, Cream and Desert Sage. The sales shot through the roof, and by the time the year closed its curtains, Stanley was counting a sweet $94 million in revenue. Fast forward to 2021, and Stanley's on a color spree. 10 new quencher hues hit the shelves, and they went all out on marketing. As quencher sales kept skyrocketing, Stanley decided it was time to take the party to the big leagues. Target, Dick's Sporting Goods, and REI became the new stomping grounds for these stainless steel champs. Walk into a store and you'd find quenchers playing hide and seek on the shelves, often disappearing because everyone wanted a piece of the pie. However, Stanley didn't just throw cups into the wind. They carefully picked partners who understood their vibe. It's all about that premium, consistent customer experience. Your demands, feedback, and insights are steering the ship. You talk, they listen. That's the Stanley promise. In 2021, Stanley pulled off another milestone, raking in a jaw-dropping $194 million in revenue. That's a whopping $100 million more than the year before. And guess what? The reigning champ, the classic legendary bottle, finally stepped aside, making way for the 40-ounce Quencher Travel Tumbler in a fabulous new cream color. The Quencher didn't stop there. It went all out on the collabs. Limited edition partnerships with Olay and Starbucks that had people practically foaming at the mouth to get their hands on these exclusive tumblers. Shelves were practically bare, and online orders limited to just 2 per person because they were selling like hotcakes on a Sunday morning. Stanley not only reinvented itself, but did it with a niche consumer segment that's the polar opposite of its historical vibe. As the Quencher started popping up in hands everywhere, consumers began voicing their desires for a water bottle that fits their lifestyle. Enter the Quencher H2.0 Flow State Tumbler, dropping in September 2022 with spill-proof magic, a beefier handle, and a wardrobe of new colors and finishes. Fast forward to the end of 2022, and it's the new bestseller, pulling in a whopping $402 million in sales. The brand continued its TikTok reign, going viral and leaving everyone wanting a piece of the Quencher action. Stanley wasn't just riding the TikTok wave. They decided to ride it all the way to the bank. They snagged a dedicated TikTok agency because, hey, not many brands are doing it, and Stanley wanted to be ahead of the curve. 2023 rolled around, and Stanley dropped a bomb, Stanley Creates. Now you can custom design your Quencher online. Plus, they threw in some star power with a sold-out collab with country music sensation Lainey Wilson in a holiday collection with Starbucks that vanished within hours. People were literally pitching tents overnight just to snag these new collabs. Starbucks x Stanley Quencher Pink tumblers caused a frenzy at Target, with fans practically declaring a fashion emergency. And it's not just about quenching thirst anymore. It's about building a Stanley Cup collection. Yes, you heard it right. People are treating these cups like prized possessions, filling their cabinets with a rainbow of Stanley tumblers. Who would have thought that a water bottle could become a collector's dream? When it comes to collecting, it's not just about dolls or jewelry, it's about anything that brings joy. And if TikTok trends are any indication, Stanley Quenchers are joy in a cup. Stanley just wrapped up 2023 with a revenue that's making everyone do a double take. $750 million. That's right, a whopping 300% growth since 2019. It's an impressive encore for the second consecutive year. The H2.0 Quencher claimed the title of Stanley's bestseller. From a modest debut in 2016, this bad boy is now available in more colors than you can count, and they've rolled over 10 million of these cups off the shelves. Talk about an overnight sensation after 110 years in the game. It's not just a Quencher craze, it's a full-blown Stanley phenomenon. The Quencher trend has injected new life into the entire brand, giving even the heritage products a fresh lease on cultural relevance. But let's be real, riding the TikTok wave has its perks, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There's a risk when you cozy up too closely to trends. But, and it's a big but, Stanley isn't here to ride a temporary trend. Nope, with over a century of history, they're not a one-hit wonder. Bringing originality, legacy, and relevancy together is their secret sauce, turning the Quencher from a product into a full-blown franchise, and, dare we say it, an icon. And here's the grand finale. Stanley isn't just banking on the Quencher hype. They've got a variety of categories lined up to fuel their growth for years to come. So while the present is all shades of exciting, the future also seems brilliant. And that's a wrap on the incredible Stanley journey. If you're as pumped as we are about their monumental success and the Quencher revolution, let us know in the comments below. Share your thoughts, favorite Stanley Cups, and how many of these do you have in your collection? Don't miss out on any more updates and behind-the-scenes action. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon to stay in the loop with all the trends. Trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for joining us on this adventure. Until next time, stay hydrated, stay awesome, and we'll catch you in the next video.